Hey guys, Harrison101 back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and this is kind of an impromptu video again, but I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to talk about the Champions League final? It's 11:20 PM over here, it's literally just gone off the air, and wow, what a game between Bayern Munich and British team Chelsea. In case you didn't know, Chelsea are the European club football champions of the world, winning, I think it was 4-3 on penalties after a game that went 1-1 in extra time. It was a pretty boring game. Chelsea were pretty much contained the first 75 to 80 minutes. Then in the 83rd minute, Thomas Muller scored a great header on a lovely cross, and he was immediately substituted. I felt so sorry for him because he could have been a hero, but with 2 minutes to go in what could be his final game for Chelsea, Didier Drogba headed in an equaliser in the 89th minute to send it to extra time. In extra time, Drogba, who has just been a hero, tackled Ribery in the box. I think tackled him right in the ankle. Had to come off. Robben takes and then has this penalty saved by Peter Cech. After 2 hours of play, the game finished 1-1. Went to penalties. Manuel Neuer, the Bayern Munich goalkeeper, actually took one of the penalties himself and scored, but 2 saves from Cech. One on a Olic penalty, the other one on Bastian Schweinsteiger, which ended up being the difference. I got to feel sorry for Schweinsteiger. Was phenomenal in the game tonight, ran the show from midfield, but on the penalty, it wasn't actually his fault. It looked like it hit the post, but in the replay, it actually shown that Petr Cech pushed it onto the post. It was a phenomenal save from Petr Cech. He had 3 overall on the night, a big one in the actual game on Robben's penalty, and then 2 more in the shootout itself, even though Olic's penalty was kind of predictable, but what can you do? Still, it wasn't the best game to watch until that 83rd minute when Muller scored and the whole game just opened up. It was nowhere near as contained and as unexciting, because let's be honest, Chelsea was pretty much all defending in their own half until Muller finally broke the deadlock. Other things to note from the match: Philipp Lahm was a phenomenal captain and probably the best fullback in football. Lahm was superb in defence. I mean, you'd think in defence a fullback can only do so much, but that was an incredible performance from him. So like I said, Schweinsteiger was brilliant, despite the fact he had a penalty saved in the shootout. Mario Gomez, where the hell was he? I mean, many people on FIFA and people in the community rate Mario Gomez as an elite level, top tier striker. He didn't show up tonight. He was completely gone, disappeared, vanished, was absolutely abysmal. His touch in the final box was poor. Could have had 2 goals in the first half, didn't get either of them. Honestly, I find it a miracle that he didn't score. So Mario Gomez had to be the biggest disappointment of them all. But yeah, Chelsea, you're European champions. A very exciting last 35 minutes of the game, despite the first 80 being as boring as hell, if I'm honest. But in the end, you got to think Di Matteo's got to get a full-time job as Chelsea manager now. He's surely earned it. He's turned a messy Chelsea around into being double winners, despite the fact they came 6th in the league. They won the FA Cup and the Champions League this season, and will be back in the Champions League next year, when arguably they didn't really have a right to be. Just a thought. Also, things to bear in mind is that Abramovich finally got the trophy he so desperately craved for Chelsea, and that was the big Champions League one. Finally got it in the end. I don't see why Bastian Schweinsteiger and Philipp Lahm and the German guys on that team are all despondent. I think they're probably going to be lifting the European Football Championship when that's all said and done in the end of June. But maybe that's just me again with an early prediction. But I think the Germans are going to be the favourites, surely. Or am I on crack here? I don't know. But overall, let me know what you thought of the game below. I thought it was a very fun game once it actually opened up a little bit, but I thought it was pretty darn boring beforehand. Who do you think was man of the match, and what did you think of the game in general? Anything you noticed about the game that's worth talking about? Please comment below. I really want to know what you thought of the game. Overall, what a game, and Didier Drogba, I think, is going to go down in Chelsea history as a hero, considering everything that he's done for the club, and then to score the championship-winning penalty in the shootout. It doesn't get much sweeter than that. The only major problem I have with the whole thing was John Terry being able to lift the trophy. I think that's disgraceful. I think it's quite embarrassing. He was sent off in the semi-final against Barcelona for kneeing Alexis Sanchez. I don't see why he was given the chance to be up there in full kit. He was banned from the game, but he got to lift the trophy wearing full kit. Wanker. Pardon my language, but that's just how I see it. But anyway, anything else about the game you want me to point out or you want to talk about, please comment below. Hope you liked the video. Drogba scored in it. Isn't that just touching and quaint? But I've been Harrison. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked the video, and I'll catch you next time. Sayonara. Oh, P.S. That Formula 1 video, it's coming on Monday. Ciao.
Holger Badstuber. Thomas Muller.